Jesus said, "My friend, go ahead and do what you have come for." Then the others grabbed him. One of the men with Jesus pulled out a sword and slashed off the ear of the high priest's servant. "Put away your sword," Jesus told him. "Those using swords will get killed. Don't you realize that I could ask my Father for thousands of angels to protect us, and he would send them instantly? But if I did, how would the scriptures be fulfilled that describe what is happening now?" Then Jesus spoke to the crowd. "Am I some dangerous criminal," he asked, "that you had to arm yourselves with swords and clubs before you could arrest me? I was with you teaching daily in the temple, and you didn't stop me then. But this is all happening to fulfill the words of the prophets as recorded in the scriptures." At that point, all the disciples deserted him and fled. Then the mob led him to the home of Caiaphas the high priest, where all the Jewish leaders were gathering. Meanwhile, Peter was following far to the rear and came to the courtyard of the high priest's house and went in and sat with the soldiers and waited to see what was going to be done to Jesus. The chief priests and, in fact, the entire Jewish Supreme Court assembled there and looked for witnesses that would lie about Jesus in order to build a case against him that would result in a death sentence. But even though they found many who agreed to be false witnesses, these always contradicted each other. Finally, 2 men were found and declared, "This man said, 'I am able to destroy the temple of God and rebuild it in 3 days.'" Then the high priest stood up and said to Jesus, "Well, what about it? Did you say that, or didn't you?" But Jesus remained silent. Then the high priest said to him, "I demand you in the name of the living God that you tell us whether you claim to be the Messiah, the Son of God." "Yes," Jesus said, "I am, and in the future you will see me, the Messiah, sitting at the right hand of God and returning on the clouds of heaven." Then the high priest tore his own clothing, shouting, "Blasphemy! What need we have for other witnesses? You have all heard him say it. What is your verdict?" Then they shouted, "Death! Death! Death!" Then they spat in his face and struck him, and some slapped him, saying, "Prophesy to us, you Messiah, who struck you that time?"